Personnel?
Not really, other than Gift Timothy practice today. He looked pretty good. He had actually had some good, a little bit of competitive work today, so it was good. I'm really encouraged. I kind of told y'all last week, hey, check back with me Friday, and he's actually further along than I thought he would be at this point. So really encouraged that we got a chance to have him ready. You know, whether or not he starts or not, but at least have a chance to have another hand on board going in. Another big-time veteran. So, you know, hopefully we'll have him. So that's probably the biggest thing that I'm most encouraged about. Other than that, you know, we're pretty good shape. It's really it. Everybody else is back at it, and you know, a lot of good spirit, a lot of energy. Yesterday we didn't practice, but we had really good meetings, and you could just kind of see the spring in their legs a little bit today. Got that first day of school, second day under their belt now, and we'll come out tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a really important day for just the overall preparation process and a lot of things. You know, get them all on the sideline together. You know, when you scrimmage, you're opposite. So really, everybody, the sideline organization, where's everybody out? Communication, a lot of situations, substitutions. You know, we got a lot of things scripted that we want to, you know, kind of present to them and see how they react and respond tomorrow. But it's a tedious day, but it's just a lot of necessary things that we need to cover to just kind of dot the I's and cross the T's. We'll bring them back over here for probably about 3 hours on Saturday, and you know, really, hopefully when Saturday's over, they've got a real good feel for our opponent plus you know, our plan. And then you know, they're off on Sunday, come back in here Monday and have a game week, and kind of build up to 7 o'clock on Saturday night.
Do you get the sense that they have the sense that this is right around the corner, that they're starting to get that sort of energy?
Yeah, they can smell it now. You know, you reach that point in camp where you don't even really know what time it is or what day it is. You just kind of reacting, and but now they're through that, and again, kind of gotten their lives back and gotten away from us a little bit. And, you know, the band's playing, students are back on campus. It's a great place to have a football camp, by the way, in the summer, because, you know, I mean, a lot of people have to go away for camp. We're perfect. But now everybody comes, got a lot more going on. So that's kind of, there's a lot of energy on campus. So I think that helps in kind of getting them excited about what's coming.
You said you were going to make some decisions this week, but they may not be permanent decisions. Yeah. Any personnel decisions? Tony Stewart?
Yeah, Tony's good to go. He's going to play and excited about it. And he's like starting on all the special teams, and going to play probably 25 plus plays a game just on special teams. And then you know, he's got 2 seniors in front of him at the wheelbacker, but he's really looked good, and excited about getting him out there.
Auburn's made some decisions on who they're going to start as far as, you know, quarterback stuff like that. Does that affect your game planning at all?
No.
Does it help you any now that you know who they're starting?
I mean, not really. I mean, again, you know, it's really more about, I mean, we've studied their personnel. We look at our game last year. We've looked at their spring game and, you know, some other just tape from the season last year, but none of it really is schematically what we're preparing for. So that's the challenge in this game. But, you know, hey, they got a lot of really talented players, but to be honest with you, it's in my opinion, it's always about us, and that's what our focus should be. And if we handle our business, then we got a chance to win. Anytime we go play, if we give ourselves a chance and we're prepared and we know what we're doing, we've got good players.
Does the week leading up change at all? The fact that you're A, on the road, and B, this is not, you know, no offense, North Texas or anybody, this is an SEC opponent. Does next week change at all for you preparation-wise?
No, never. You know, when you start doing that, you send a message to your team that, okay, this game's important, but that game wasn't important. They're all important, and we prepare as hard for Wofford as we do Auburn. You know, we don't always play our best, unfortunately, every single week. You know, the only team that really does is the one that usually wins it all. But we have a plan of preparation that we go through. It's a process that we do as coaches. Both sides of the ball. It's very detailed. It's very thorough, and it is a lot of work. It doesn't change. I think everybody wants to win every time we step in the stadium or go on the road, regardless of who you play. and you don't just show up and win. I don't care. Not in this day and age. You know, we're not near a dominant enough football team to think we can just roll out there and beat people. We have to. You know, we have a formula for success and a plan to win, and that's what we have to focus on. That's what we have to execute. And if we do that, it's always a faceless, nameless opponent. You know, we got to play to a standard, not to an opponent. You know, so you know, playing Auburn, the only thing different is it's an away game to open up with, and you know, we'll leave a little earlier because we got to go up to Atlanta and all that kind of stuff. And there'll probably be a lot more media attention than maybe your typical opener, and obviously you're playing in a 50-50 type of environment, so that's different than your typical game. But and then probably just the amount of I think everybody's always excited for the opening game, but this one's a little bit more of a national coverage, and so there's usually a few more distractions. Nice ringtone. Thank you. Like that. Cool.
What's happening with some of the position battles, like punter, back,
Benton will start at punter. Pinion will play definitely this year, no doubt. He's definitely not going to redshirt. We got to have him. You know, that battle's going to continue to go, but Benton has definitely been the more consistent guy, and that's good to see. You know, he's a senior and he's worked really hard. You know, Pinion's got an incredible leg, but he's just hasn't been quite as consistent as Spencer. So that's how we'll go into the season. But again, you know, we got several positions that it's just, you know, it's a starting point, and then now it's about performance on game day, and then you just keep evaluating and competing.
How about guys like Hopper, Reeder, and Watkins?
You know, Reeder and Watkins they're going to play. You know, they're definitely going to play. How much they play in this game, I don't know, but they're definitely going to play. Hopper is, as I said, nothing's changed with him. He's still a guy that we got to continue to get ready. Probably won't make a final decision on him until, you know, we see what happens these first, you know, few games. If we can get to a certain point, we'll bite the bullet and hold him for sure. But if, you know, all of a sudden you have injuries or something like that, then you know, he's definitely a candidate for us.
Is Chad Kelly kind of in that same category that Hopper's in right now?
Yep. Continue to get him ready. You know, hopefully Tosh stays healthy and all that. If not, then, you know, you got to make some decisions. But again, though, at some point you reach that stage where you say, okay, hey, you know, we're definitely gonna hold him. So just like we did with Ellington when he came in here as a freshman, we got him ready for a long time. Same thing we did with Norton last year. We carried him a little while. Same thing with DeStefano and Guillermo. They're kind of in that same boat. But Pinion will definitely play, and Reeder and Watkins and Blanks, Battle. Although Battle got banged up today, I got to find out how he is. Hopefully he's okay. Trying to think. Y'all help me. Anybody else? Zach Brooks will definitely play. Definitely.
Jenkins is a freshman, but is he headed for
Martin Jenkins?
Yeah.
Martin's, yeah, he's probably going to have surgery. In fact, I talked to Danny Poole today, and we haven't made that final decision, but it looks like he's heading for some surgery. But yeah, he's definitely out for the year.
What is it that he's dealing with?
He's been dealing. It's called osteitis, pubitis, something like that. But it's an issue somewhere down in here, and he might, you know, require some type of surgery to be able to fix it. You know, the biggest thing is rest, and we've tried all that, but it just has been a real hindering thing. Played with it last year, but a really talented player that I hate we're not going to have available this year, because he's one of my favorite guys, and the guy plays a lot bigger than he is, and just felt like he was coming in his own. Worked hard this summer, but he just has not been able to be able to get over the hump. So hopefully we did an MRI. We've sent it to several people have taken a look at it, and you know, it looks like that's kind of where we're heading.
Force you to use Brewer, maybe even Blank.
Yeah, Brewer's kind of like Marcus Gilchrist was a couple years ago. He's started everywhere. He's been a corner, nickel, dime, safety. And he'll play everywhere this year. Really good football player that just, you know, he's just all business all the time, and very, very smart, and gives us a lot of flexibility, you know, because of all that he knows and all that he can do.
How's it shaking out at weak side? Perico, Willard,
Both those guys will play a ton. Both have done well. Carrico was back today, but he was tweaked up the last couple of days. Tig's just been really solid. Both of them have had good days, but Tig would probably start if he played today.
It just seems as good a player as Stewart can be, almost a waste to just use him principally as a special teams player.
Well, I mean, I don't think so. Last time I checked, it's a third of the game, and you know, he's a rolled ankle away of having to play a lot at linebacker. You know, so it's I don't see it as that way at all. You know, you look at some of the guys last year, Grady Jarrett and Sean Williams. They didn't play a lot, but the experience that they got was incredible for them for this year. And then Tony, you know, here's a guy that hadn't played a lot because of the last 2 years. And so, you know, he looks good, feels good, mentally great. And whatever he gets out of this year, because this guy's going to be a great player. At some point, he's going to be something special, especially as he continues to put it all together. But I think we need him big time to win. I mean, your special teams are made up of those body types. Justin Parker's out. You know, we ain't got a lot of guys. And all of a sudden you get somebody hurt. Now you got those guys who are starting playing every snap. They're playing all the snaps and all the special teams. And you know, we definitely, I think, are going to need him. I'd be surprised if he doesn't really impact us. And hopefully he stays healthy and can have a great year and grow mentally and you know, set himself up for the next 2 years to really be special.
Can he help you at some point though, from scrimmage? The way
No
he
doubt.
is progression?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No doubt about that. Yeah, he's just, you know, like I say, he's got 2 seniors. One's a 5th-year senior, the other one's been almost a 3-year starter for us that have played a lot of ball. I mean, let's give them guys a little bit of credit. These are good players. Won an ACC championship. I know Tony Stewart's a 5-star recruit and all that, but you know, he's got to go earn it, and he's what he's trying to do every single day.
Go
ahead.
What's your guess with Timothy now? Do you see him just as a roll-in sub?
I can't answer that right now.
Or you just gonna have to wait and see?
I can't. I think it's day to day. All I can tell you is I'm very encouraged by what I saw from him today.
Well,
Jenkins was
battle.
Oh, go ahead.
What was Battle's injury, did you say?
He got tweaked in team pass. I don't know, but he had to go off.
You don't know if his leg or...
I don't know. Well, I think it was something with his leg, but I don't know if it was his ankle or what, his knee or whatever.
Lower body.
Is Jenkins' issue bone or tissue?
I think it's more tissue. I'm no doctor. I just know that, you know, and it might be sports hernia type of deal. So they're really kind of trying to zero in and see what they can do to heal him.
Is it similar to what was going on with Parker as well before the surgery?
A little bit, not exactly. A little different. There's one part of it that's a little similar, but it's also different.
You got Barnes and Beasley as your backup ends. Do you have a 5th guy?
Dodd. Yeah, I forgot about Dodd. Dodd will play this year.
What does the tight end position look like behind Ford?
You know, all those guys have roles. You know, we do a lot of different things with our tight ends personnel-wise, so you know they all have a role. Cooper, Daryl Smith's going to be, I think, a real jewel for us this year with what we're doing with him, and Stanton Seckinger is got his role. Big Mac has got his role, so they all kind of have a role within that position. We don't ask them all to do everything. We just try to, you know, Brandon does a little bit of everything. Coop does a little bit of everything. Stanton does a lot, but he can't do everything, not at this point in his career. And then Big Mac is our thumper. Daryl Smith's kind of your true fullback kind of guy that has really done a nice job, and we've tried to grow his role. So they all are critical to our success.
David Beasley held his spot.
Yep. So far, if we play today, that's who'd run out there. I don't know if he'd be there second series. That's who's going to start it, unless something changes. You know, that's where we are, and he's earned it. He's earned it. There's really no question about it. I mean,